Welcome back to Gaming Over 50. We are back with still playing Zomboid, right where we left off in the last episode. And we will continue what we're doing. If you remember, we made it to the fire station. That's going to be our new base here in Rosewood. So we need to take everything from this house that we want and move it over to there. Then we also have stuff, 2 piles on the street of loot that we need to get moved. And get things going. So let's see. Take all of this. Hold on those. Yeah, let's take, well, we don't really need those socks, so we can leave that. Take this. Because we need to cover up the windows and we're out of inventory space, so take this. We don't need this t-shirt. We'll rip it up. Take these. Let's go over here and wash these rags. Now, what you can do on rags, when you got a lot, you can stack them. They'll take up, like that stack number's 2.2 for 22 of them. Let's see. Should become a rag bundle, yep, which is only 1. So 10 of them makes 1 versus whatever it was before. Or 20 of them, I mean. Okay, and then fill the bottles. We have that done. Let's go ahead and eat something. Oh, bless me. Okay, that at least gets us going. We probably should do the clothes first, food first, but I'm just gonna go with this. We need that. We do need these. Let's pick all them up and then stack item. And then also over here, if you click that, if there's multiple, it'll show you every single one of them that's in that group. So like that group there, if I wanted to, I could have highlighted several and did another stack. Same thing was like if you're doing, if you pick up a lot of, let's say for instance, magazines, weapon magazines. Some might have bullets in them, some don't. And so you won't know, it'll only show you what's on the first one. You know, so you won't know what's in the rest of them. So then you may expand it out and check. So this is causing us damage because we're overweight, but let's probably should have kept them on the ground and then just stacked them. But I'm not too worried about it. We'll only go so far in health damage. And I can always just rest. It's already going to be nighttime soon. I'm hoping we can get all this, at least a lot of this stuff over to the fire station before it gets dark and we have to go to sleep, and we'll do that there. Sleep, I mean. And some of these you can do through crafting. The crafting menu. So like stack items and then max. Do that. That might be a little easier. Then fast forward it till it's done them all. And there we go. And we don't have any room. We're at 49. I'll just take them off. We'll get those in a minute. Let's see what else we got that we need to take. Go ahead and grab these things. We can fill a little bit more in there, and that's it. That's all that'll go in there. You also have this, but I tend to forget about my fanny pack, and then I'll carry around stuff that I don't need. I'll go ahead and do that now just because it's there, and see now it's full up. Take that because we need the gas. We need that. We don't need a large hook. We've already got one or two over there. Just thinking what's more important, the most important things. I'll go ahead and do that. Rubber hose. Excuse me. I'm not used. I'm not used to talking so much. Fast forward that. Okay. And we are weighted down now. Alright, we'll just take what we got. And see, having to go through all these trees, a car going this way would be a lot easier. But we don't have one. So usually what I would do is bring everything there, drop it here, where this other stuff is, and just come right back to that. But because it's almost dark, I'm going to go ahead and get us to our base. A zombie might have been the one we heard earlier. I'm only doing this right now instead of going on because we do have some inventory space, and it's not quite night yet. And I don't want to have to come back. So if we have time, if we have to spend any time there without just going right to sleep, it'll be like maybe cleaning up or getting rid of some crap that's there, junk. When you first spawn in, one thing I didn't go over, there are things you need to find right away. Maybe I did too, but just in case. First priority will be a can opener and a screwdriver and a hammer. Those are the main ones, because you need a can opener to be able to open up any food that you find, screwdriver and hammers to do any crafting or dismantling of whatever you have and what you need, because that's important, and that's stuff you can sit around and do around your base while you're waiting for anything else to go on, like because we were hurt. Yeah, I'll just do all this. Wash these rags there. Drop all of this. Okay, right here. Oh, see there's a zombie right outside. Okay, we need to drop all of this off as much as we can. Make sure we're not getting rid of anything we need. We need the sheets because we need to cover up windows. That way they can't see us. The only downside to doing this is you can't see outside anymore. You have no idea what's there. It's probably over here somewhere. You can hit E there and it'll close the curtains, but I find it might open up or if the window's broken, it'll just close the curtains, or where did he go? Oh, went around the fence. See? So because of some sort of sound got their attention, it ran that way. We need to go up here. We need to add a sheet. That way zombies, if you forget to crouch, see, they might see me. It might come this way. One more sheet, so let's go. That door's broke. There's a window. These doors all had windows on them. So that helps to keep the zombies from seeing you. Or when you're in your room, close the curtain and they won't think they can't see you if you're sitting in there sleeping or whatever. They'll probably still find the door and bang on it and maybe destroy it. But at least they won't know that you're in there. Okay. I'm going to fill that. Water bottle will be the next thing, but pretty much anything that can carry water will be important, but not as important the other stuff because you can just drink out of whatever. Let's go over here. Yeah, we're gonna probably go to sleep. We just gotta find where we're gonna sleep at. It's safe. This is the only one that has a door besides the bathroom there, so probably maybe on that sleeping bench. We won't sleep very well, but at least nothing can get to us because that's closed off. What I do is I end up tearing up these walls and open this all up because this is all going to be like weapons, and I tend to use almost all of it. Yeah, poor quality 20. We'll see how much we sleep and what it does for us. See, stress steadily going up. I don't know why. At breaking point. Extremely uncomfortable. Huh. Could be the bed. No, I've never had to go that high. Water, we're still good. We need food. Let's see if I don't remember what there was here. I think it was just a beer. Yeah. Sugar, which we'll use to make something else. Canned peas. Yeah, I think you'd go right to eating it because this is in here. If it stayed in here, you probably would. I just don't like this inventory being filled up with stuff. You can pour it straight on the ground as you saw, so you pour on the ground, but it's good, so you want to eat it. Okay, good enough. Now, I want to get us where we're got everything over here, so there's no reason to leave except to loot new stuff. So I'm just going to put everything right here. Sure, nothing. Okay. If I can remember a crowbar, I will try that vehicle and see if we can open up, because there's no zombies nearby, so there's a good chance if we start the vehicle up and get over here that they won't hear us and they won't come out. That's really no big deal, except they go to wherever they saw you or heard you last. So if they hear me when I go to my base, if they're somewhere nearby, they'll come there. Otherwise, if they saw me down here, they'll just come out here to the road, and then that's the last place they saw me, that's where they'll sit. And then if you hit Alt, you will run. You don't have to hold the shift key down anymore. It'll just start running. And so you let up, then you have to stop. You have to be careful because you can run into stuff, and like you run into a wall, and then you fall on your ass. Again, we're going to do the house first. I think now, since we're just starting the video, we will go ahead and bring everything out of the house to this place in the street. That way we don't have to walk all this far. I forgot to start the timer, of course, so now we'll do it and we'll see where it goes with us. See, this would make a good base because it's out in the nowhere, but you have this glass doors which could easily be broken. Also, I want to go over as far as what makes a good base is you want 2-story preferably, because then you can get rid of the stairs. You can demolish them with a sledgehammer, but don't do it till after you have crafting high enough to make stairs. And that could be, I think it might be level 10 to get stairs. It's a hard thing to do. Up until then, what you can do is you don't need the stairs. You can get rid of them, but make sure you're already up. You go upstairs. I'll show you in our base, the fire station. But you can put ropes outside your windows so that you can just climb the ropes and get in. Okay, so here, I've already read these magazines. As long as I don't die and I can get my journal going, we won't have to read these again. It'll remember that we read those. Same thing with that one. I do want to take these, where did box of tissues? These just because helping the stress and all. So we'll just steadily. Okay, now we filled that one up. Right? Yep. That is always because you never know what everything weighs. So once you fill something up, like here we're at 12.98 of 13. That means you can still hold something. It just has to be 0.2 or less. So always, when you're picking up a bunch of different stuff, see what'll go. We do need this because we have the pump or the everything just to get our fuel over. Now we're weighted down, but we're on good health. Stress is still way up there. Very uncomfortable versus extreme. But it's got only thing that changed, unless something else has changed here. I have everything that I would normally carry, except I usually have 2 fanny packs, and then I have better helmet, and then a tactical belt along with one. That's the only thing that I usually don't have, and then a backpack here. Everything else is exactly the same. See, that discomfort is way down there, so that shouldn't be anything. I mean, that causes more discomfort, and I always have a vest. I keep them for the bite and defense stuff, but reality, I mean, bullet defense, it's a bulletproof vest, so you don't need it for that, because you're not going to get shot. Take the jack. Don't really need weapons yet. You're not going to use them right away, so I just want the tools mostly. Want that and a sheet. Yeah, it's good enough. Let's see if we can eat something. Oh, there's my hand. Okay, get this done. Probably eat some more, yeah. Okay, we better check our thirst, make sure. Keep it full. I have a mod that allows hydration packs in here. I think I talked about that in the first one. So eventually, if I get a good backpack, you can attach it to that, and then it's always there. Then all you got to do, you don't have to carry. You still carry it around, but it's no longer in your main inventory here. It doesn't really change with it, but it holds a lot more water. So you can drink more. All you got to do is just always remember to fill it up. Other items you may want to get right off the bat: a screwdriver and hammer. And then, of course, drop it off right here. Can opener, because you got to be able to open food up. Sledgehammer, because that allows you to destroy like walls that you wouldn't normally be able to take down. But usually you don't find that till much later in game. But if you happen to find it, just make sure you keep one close by. I usually put one like in a vehicle once I finish using it in the base that I'm at. If I need it, I'll put it in whatever vehicle I'm taking. Axes, because not only are they good weapons, but you need those to chop down trees so you can get wood to fortify your base or even to build something. After that, really, it's a matter of preference. You need a wrench to do mechanic work. This ratchet wrench does it too. Oh, what am I doing? This is my base. We do need this because we don't have one, and we can fill this one up. It just takes a lot. The encumbrance, 5.46. It's a lot. Okay, we need to remove curtains. Jar, take that. Box of jars, you can use those. Needle to we'll take the matchbooks too. And did we already have a corkscrew? Yeah, I already did. Let's go ahead and take this stuff. Jars, you can put food in there, and it we'll pour this on the ground. We don't need to carry around water. Empty. But you can put food to store in there. You need a dish towel. Yeah, can opener. Plate. Whisk. Do we already have? No. Let's go ahead and take that. What was on here? Anything? No? Okay. Let's go here. Let's see. We can throw some of this stuff in a bag and then carry it, and that will make it a little bit easier. See, this is a vanilla weapon, and I have a mod for weapons, so I'm not sure if maybe it expired and it hasn't updated or not. I don't know. We'll go ahead and take that one. That takes a lot. 5. Don't need a hook because we had several. Don't need the battery yet. Just keep filling up this one. And I'm taking this worn stuff just because I don't have another one. And at least I can use it for a little while before it gets destroyed. And then once I find a better one, I will get rid of the worn one. Okay. Yeah, we don't need that. Can that go in there? Let's go and take it. We don't need it yet, but you never know, and you might find the... Yeah. Okay, so we will Equip secondary. Oh no, can't. Let's see. Yeah. What primary? Man, we're already, I guess, overweight with this stuff. Yeah. Did I forget the? No, I put that in there just while I was here. Alright, that's fine. We can just take all of these. Leave that and come back and pick it up. We don't need those magazines. Like I said, as long as I can get can't cut that one yet because we don't have our knife. Maybe if I grab a steak knife I can cut it. But I will go ahead and just take this stuff. Yeah, we can fit one item in there, nothing now. Okay, overloaded. Let's go dump this off. If we were closer to the base, I was like the house behind it, I would only first grab the things that were mandatory, like sheets for the windows, cover them up, and then cooking foods, and then finally tools and weapons. But because we're so far, we need to get this stuff out here, like, so that way we can move on with getting important stuff. See, this takes longer than main inventory, as you can tell. And as fog changes, sometimes it'll be worse than this, and you can barely see it but just right here. Sometimes you can see more. And the fog also stops zombies from seeing you. I better go ahead and favorite that, just so I don't get rid of it. So that helps. Helps and hurts. You can't see, but they can't see you. And see, we are weepy because we haven't done anything. There's no excitement. We're doing basic stuff that's boring, both for us, me and you, and as well as this character. Okay. I may not take all of the curtains, every one of these, in case we spawn back in here and there are zombies somewhere around, just like I'm not going to take apart the TV. So that we're here. There we go. But we're already maxed out. Only thing we can carry are things that will overload us. I'll go ahead and take this battery now, just to have that done and get it out of the way. I'm not going to take the hook because the place already had plenty. We'll do bandages. I really rather tear those apart. Let's see if we can take the steak knife and if that's enough. I don't know. Yep, there we go. So yeah, we'll just put these up. Then we can put this denim, we can put it in bundles. So these are all clean because we washed them. And now we are, oh no, thought we were going to be full up. No, we still got a little bit. Rip and do these. have enough. Let's see. Stack item. Come on. And if we die, we may spawn back here. We may spawn somewhere totally different in this town. As long as you pick the town, there's only so many things you can spawn at. Usually it depends, or it can depend on what kind of character class you are. Being a burglar, a lot of times it would spawn you in the police station. Not necessarily in the jail, but you could be. Firefighter, you would spawn at the fire station. And then sometimes everywhere else. But like you were for a firefighter, I don't think you would ever spawn in the police station, for instance. So I'm going to fill that up. Do this. This will help. No, okay, that's done. Okay. Yeah, crap. Why can I pick that up, but then I can't put that there? About this, yeah, that'll go there. That's probably, yeah, it's going to be like the last thing we can put in there. I'll keep the snake knife and drop it off. I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. Okay, that's enough. Let's get this going. Now, with this in my hand, I can't use the bat. Or if I do it, use the bat, it'll go straight into my inventory here, and I will be extremely overweighted with all this. It reduces encumbrance, you know, a bag or a pack, while you're actually wearing it, or in this case, carrying it in your hand. If you put it in your inventory, it doesn't reduce anything. At least not that I know of. I've never seen it. So like, if you had a pack on, you put everything in a pack, you still carry it, but you put it in your inventory, you would be overloaded. Okay, now we got show coming up, so let's drop those off. Steak knife, we need to get back. This, yeah, go ahead and do that, and then that. We need to favorite this so we don't get rid of it. Okay. Let's get back so we can see how to watch this show. 9 days, so we should have quite a bit of shows still to watch. So we're done out here. We took everything that's in there and put it in here. So the only thing left will be the stuff that's in there. Let's see. We need to fill this. That means it was probably almost empty. Nothing. Of course, food we already have. We need to get rid of or take this stuff. This. The food's one of the last things we wanted to get, because we want to make sure we can get there before anything frozen goes fresh, and then we can't get it. So let's see. Let's go here, and we're already probably fixing to be up on inventory. Yeah, weighted down. So let's go here. Let's get our show, and nothing, huh? I don't know. That is strange, unless it's changed. I haven't read a lot of the newer notes about it. These were all empty, and there's something in here, like a book, maybe. Lighter, we already have one, but these run out, so let's go ahead and grab that, I guess. Take the book, because, like I said, they help with reading and all that. Nothing here that we need. That was done. We'll leave those curtains. If we do spawn in here, we're not going to need to use this. Let's make sure. Oh, they're wet. Yeah. In there. Yeah. We need this stuff, so we need to move this stuff over, and then we need to. Oh, we could wash it or dry it all at a new place, but I don't know if the water makes this. Makes it gain weight. That's something I don't know. A lot of theory stuff that I don't really care to really wonder about. We need the tire pump. This is for like building, like if you want to armor up a car, I think, then this mod allows this, so you can make new tires and stuff like that. We don't particularly need it yet. We do need this stuff. So let's see if we got. Yeah, okay. It's the end of that. Now we're back to here. Take that. I guess the hacksaw, measuring tape, all of this. Pliers, I think we already have. Well, they don't break, which is good, but oh shit, see, that happens. See, I just got hurt. Because I was holding shift down to run, and then you automatically jump like you would a fence over that. But I like to have, because you use pliers to take out like gunpowder out of bullets. So I put that in my armory, and then you might need pliers for other things, you know, to remove other stuff or other crafting. So I might put them somewhere else too. Because I don't like having to run all the way to another room somewhere. Like in this case, it would be second story, the first story, to run back up to the second story. See, I just ran through that one, hurt myself, and let's see, I'm scratched. Oh, we got bandages right up here. We don't need, you can disinfect. I'm not sure if it really helps in the very beginning of this, or it helps it stop it from becoming infected, but you can use it after it becomes infected, and then you can fix it. We just have food, and we're definitely going to make one trip. Once we grab the food, we're just going. So I'm going to go ahead and start to grab some of this stuff. See, we're putting in like 1 or 2 things in there. Actually, we might be full up. We might not be able to hold anything. Oh no. Yeah, let's just go with this. See, this is as fast as we can go. And there's a zombie, of course. I've always found that they appear right when you don't want them to. Now, I could sneak up on them, but you see. Now, I took the trait conspicuous. And ever since I started playing too unstable, even though I take it, a lot of times they don't see me. I just walk right up to them. See, we can rip that, jeans. We'll just take this stuff off here. We're not going to come back to that. And that. Good enough. Alright, let's get this going. Yeah, see, that's a lot of moodles. Yeah, I've never walked around with all this kind of stress. It's going down. But I'm getting more and more exerted. That'll change color, and as you rest, you'll see a line come down where it's dropping down, and then go on to the next one, or next level, lower level. one, but I can kill the one. I may not be able to do a whole lot of damage with my bat, but I could knock them down and stomp on them. However, the more wore out you are, the less damage you do, to where you're only doing like 0.01 point damage. See? Barely doing anything. In this case, you gotta make sure you are hitting the head so you get that done. Take that, tank top, skirt, leave it there. And let's look. Yeah, so we're not got any muscle strain. But see, we just went too high exertion. So we need to drop this stuff off. Because I have that favorited, I can just grab everything. And see, it left all that stuff. Everything else is gone. But a lot of times I forget that, or I just don't bother with it. Maybe favorite that. Drop that down. Then this and this. Hopefully we'll clean this up, because I don't like having this stuff here and then I get distracted thinking that it's stuff that I need. You know, I'm gonna sit on the ground. Get this to, there we go. And we're getting, because we exert ourselves, our fatigue is way up, so we're really tired now too. The more you do, the more it affects everything else. Like there's a zombie there. I'm gonna go ahead and kill it. See, we're not doing hardly any damage because we're so tired. Now, I don't know if it changed with build 42, but some of the videos you can find about this game and how, you know, best way to play it and things like that. Turns out, ideally, I'll go ahead and rip it. The law of diminishing returns, except that it kind of works the opposite as far as attacking goes. So the more you get wore out or tired become, the less damage you're going to do. However, at least in build 41 and before, the more you hit something, the more likelihood of you doing more and more damage to it. So damage would increase as you sat there and hit it or stomped on it or whatever. So like, in some games you may want to hit one thing and then you move on to the next one to make sure they're all there. There's no aggro here. Everything already is aggroed to you once they see you. But you want to stay on one target. You want to stay hitting it until it's dead completely. Unlike, like, say for instance, you may think you're attacking something. Once you knock it down, just stand on it and go attack something else. Now you can. But to kill that one thing, you're, say you did 2 attacks, you knocked one down, you got on it, and you stood there and you started attacking something else. The 2 attacks wouldn't count towards the new target. So like, needs to be like at least 4 attacks on something before things start getting, you know, you start really doing a lot of damage. But it needs to be on the same target. Now 42 here might be different, since I don't keep up with the damage I'm doing, the amount. I just, you know that it's killing them. I leave it at that. I can turn on floating damage, but as I don't know if I finished saying it all, but what happens is, something is like, if it's getting, like, say a zombie is over here running through, okay, see, just appeared there, running through like something that's causes it damage, like say there's a fire and it's walking through it, you'll see numbers pop up even though you might not see the zombie. Well, that takes that uses frame rate and memory and stuff like that on your computer. So it, yeah, we'll just drop that off. So it can lag your game, especially if you're running high settings and your computer's not very good. It'll lag it. So I don't use that. I did in the beginning because I wanted to see what I was doing, because that way you watch, and if you start doing, going from 1 point of damage or 5 points, and all of a sudden you're doing 0.1, you're tired, even if you don't see the noodle. You can just see that, so you ain't got to look over at your screen over on the right. So it does help. But yeah, it would lag my game a lot, especially if you got like high zombie populations, and it's steadily kicking out numbers for that. So I stopped using it. I just use the bar so I can see where they are. On health. That way I know if I'm getting ready to kill them or not. Okay, so we still got one, at least one trip for the stuff that's on the street. Then we need to start moving stuff wherever it needs to go, putting it in the right places. High exertion again. Anything there? Nope. Dirty rags, we'll wash them later. Okay. Now, let's check our water. Go ahead and drink off there and get that done. Yeah. Alright. Let's go ahead and try to get, we really need to get some food, but I want to get this done so I don't have to keep going back, and then we can be done with that area and move on to houses or the police station. Really need to do the houses, because the police station, the stuff there ain't going to go anywhere. But the houses, the food will deteriorate. What? The high strength allows you to push zombies down more and quicker. Otherwise, if you have really low strength, you can just push and push and push. There's something else. How long this is taking? Steadily. Not doing a whole lot of damage. Take that. Drop this out. Take that. And then we got one trip back into the house to get the foods. That should be all one trip. I should be able to grab all that one. Yeah, we're wore out now. So let's sit on the ground. Try to get that moodle to come off. There we go. Now, just take off running to get this done quickly. But you can run into a wall or a tree. If you're steadily running and you just keep going, you can run yourself right into a tree and cause yourself damage. Okay, so we will flip secondary, which means I can use the nightstick, which is one-handed. We need to go ahead and take that crowbar. Okay, that's that one completely full. Go here. That way we can pop the door on that car and maybe do something with it. Make sure, and back in there. Okay, now it's full. Nothing fits in there. One fit in there, one thing, yeah, tin can. Let's go here. It's a couple items. Make sure again, and then here. Get that gas can. 40. None of this stuff really takes that much weight, so you're only up to 42. What? Let's eat all that. Eat all that. Yes, we'll just take that. Then we'll leave with all that. Yeah, because that gives me a knife. So usually you don't, arm doesn't swing like that. Remember, it wasn't doing that before, but now it is. Could be because it's hurt, maybe. I'm not worried about it. Do we have any bandages on us in case we need it? No. Alright, let's just go as quickly as we can and get back. If I was playing this without making a video, I would pick all this stuff right up here, drop it on the ground, and just keep transferring it until I got it all and got closer and closer to my base, and did that route. After this, it'll be getting close to dark. I might be able to make one more trip. But I'm just, guys, so tired. And the more tired, so you're ridiculously tired, the more likely you're sleeping. And you want to make sure you're waking up, like say, right when your alarm is going to go off anyway. That way you're not losing any sleep. But you never really know how many hours you're going to sleep. Look at that. We'll go there and we'll check that car. Maybe we can use it to go grab the rest of our stuff. Usually everything close, I don't bother with the vehicle. That won't happen until much later, you know, before I start doing, you know, using a vehicle. But since it's there, maybe. Since I also didn't pick a high zombie population for this video, I may, because I don't know, I usually always play high population because I don't do respawns. Well, let's hold on to that. Let's get rid of this. We'll go out there real quick once we rest up. So I don't know what it's going to look like here. Okay, so we need to sit on the ground and rest until that moodle goes away. Okay. Probably going to get rid of that limb armor and see if that does anything. Now I don't know what's going to happen here, so let's... I've never used a crowbar to pry open a vehicle door. Had to unpack it, equip it, and pop it down. Yep, nothing. So you just keep doing it. I broke that window trying to open it. Now the window's broken, you just climb in. Then you change the seats, go to 1, get you here, unlock the trunk, check out what's in it, take that, that, don't need tweezers, March Ridge map, let's go ahead and look at that. Maps tend to stay in your inventory though. They usually don't go back to where they were at, which is weird. At least it didn't do it for me when I played before this last update. And this is March Ridge. Nothing there. It says military housing, yet I've never found military stuff here. There is a video store, like right over here, I think. And then a gas station and other stores, so you can go there and still get loot. Okay, I don't believe there's anything in it. Let's check. Trunk. First aid kit. Bandage. You can carry these because it reduces encumbrance, but I don't think it reduces the encumbrance when it's in a container, like in like this trunk. Maybe it is. So maybe it is worth it. I'll just go ahead and do it. I didn't notice that before. Let's check. Yeah, see, I have a mod that allows this to be a little faster, and it's not. So I wonder if it's just not working. So it's got gas. Battery is okay. That window's broke, but we have a car across the street from our first place that we can take the window out of. So yeah, this car might work. Go ahead and drop off this stuff. And we're going to sleep. And then we'll take that car over there. Yeah, see, it's there. But once you read it, you don't need it because you already looked at it. The only thing that was a dude for you, well, actually won't do anything for you because everything that's like the legend is on your main map anyway. So you don't need it at all. So we will delete that. Over here. Fill up that. Go on up here. Go sleep on that. So I can sleep on the couches, but there's no doors to stop, so a zombie could come in there and kill you while you're sleeping. That's why you want to make sure you're in a place where zombies can't see you. The stress is going up. I don't know why. A lot of times, you have stress going up. It means you're hurt, or you're, you could be bitten and you just don't know it. Could be an infection here, for all I know, I guess. And we got neck pain because we didn't sleep in a bed. So that's the problem with that. Same with the chairs. Gotta go over here to the TV and make sure we don't miss anything. Fast forward. Yeah, nothing. We're not on the 14th today, so we should be still going. I'm gonna wash myself, see if that does anything. We need to rotten food. Once you get high enough cooking, you can use rotten food in regular food, small amounts of it. That's what it will do. It'll take small amounts. And you can make meals with it. Yeah, you also, once you build a composter and you have crops, you can put the rotten food in there, and you will get eventually maggots will form, and you can use those to make I'll need that to make lures. Let's eat this. I can slice it up into smaller and do it, but we don't. We need the whole thing to help us out. Excuse me. And then we'll drop all this stuff off. Fillet knife, use it just like that steak knife I already have, but since I have one, I'm not gonna use it to kill anything, a zombie, so I don't need it. And we'll find more knives. But I don't plan on See a butter knife. Take that. That needs to say. We'll go ahead and. I've never used this, but I also never used a grill brush or kitchen tongs. But maybe there is. You don't need a dish towel. Maybe there is a use for it somewhere, so I'll leave it. Use it, just throw it away. And I'll take this, take that. What's this? A tire pump. Why is that in there? Need that. I don't like the wood scraps. They're worthless. And this stuff needs to go down below until I'm ready to make something. Long socks, yeah, that can stay. So just come here. We'll drop off these two things. Tire pump too. Okay. Now go here. Drop off these two and that. Scrap wood. Carving fork. Don't need it. Delete all that. And then wash all bandages. Fill the water bottle again. Move that bandage and then place it. And if it's infected, I'll go use one of our. Nope, nothing. Okay, so now we need to wash bandage again. Okay. Go here, drop that off. Drop that off. And let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and put. Well, no, it'll take up space. So I was going to put the gas can and all that in here, but that'll take up space that we could use with something that we can pick up there at our base. So we don't have a key. Let's hotwire and just keep doing it until it goes off. Now the trait, like, what is it? Not quick worker. That's actually worker, but something. Forget what it is. One that makes you faster on what you do, on everything you're doing, everything that has a bar. When I took that trait on my last actual playthrough that I did on my own, and it made everything super fast. All this stuff, like all this, was just like boom, done. Reading books, most of the time, you read it the first time, it was like over, and then after that, or the first time I read it, it would be slow, and then all of a sudden the next time would just be super fast. There we go. Yeah, our engine's not that great. And that noise attracts zombies, but it's not very loud. As you see, driving's kind of hard. There's a zombie. We'll go ahead and kill him because I don't want any zombies over here at my base, because I don't want to walk around all of a sudden. Zombie. This looks like a cop here. Check around. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take it. Better take. I don't remember if I have any more belts, but we'll take it. This bulletproof vest is good, so we'll take it. That. We don't need another holster. I don't need any more long socks. Let's just rip this stuff up real quick. Because I have two holsters already, one on me and then one for the next. And we're probably going to find a lot more once we kill more. Get to kill more zombies. Or even just going to the police station, there might be a ton of them. Thought I already clicked that, but guess not. Okay. Yeah, the black means you don't have a key, but it's either hot-wired or you know, hot-wired that you can still operate. Otherwise, it would be no key symbol at all. And then a key that's colored means you have a key for it, either in the ignition or it's on you. You gotta make sure you put your keys in your keychain and they stay there. Sometimes you'll find keys that will come off. But you want them there so that, let's research this, that in case you die and you can't find your body, you can still access that vehicle because the key will, or well, in that case, the key will be on you, but at least it's there. But that's why I usually, even if I have a key, I might get rid of the key or drop it down here and then hotwire the vehicle. So that way anybody can access the vehicle. Because you want to make sure you don't lose out on your vehicle. See now why that? Why do we have? Because the carton. That's why cartons take a lot of inventory space. And we got 2 of these books which we don't need. Okay. Make sure. Yep. Okay. Good there. Long stick. Usually I probably wouldn't have bothered with that just because I can make those. Mediums, I don't think I have crafting yet to be able to do it. So those are medium and large handles. Small handles I wouldn't because I know I can make those. Probably out of that stick. Let's see. Long stick, carved steak, spear, saw, long stick. Well, that's just sawing it. I can carve a spear and then use it for something. But yeah, so let's make sure. Let's put something in there. Okay, that's done. And you don't need more than 1 book of the whatever particular type it is. But because I don't keep records of it anymore, I used to, but I don't anymore because it's not that big a deal. I just grab all of them and bring them all back and then figure out if I think we're done. No, there's something. Now 49. Okay, now we'll put these in the trunk and get rid of anything that's there. So it's on the ground now. See, I just got rid of that. Make sure you pick trunk, otherwise you drop stuff on the ground too. Then we will put all of this in. And see, space is 61. Because of my trait, it allows me to get a little more space out of these things. But we'll fill this up with as much as we possibly can. What I should have done, if I'd have been paying a lot more attention, and what I still probably should do, drive all the way up till the trunk is right there. I'll show you what I mean. So let's take all of this, dump all this in. We don't need, yeah, need a little notebook. So like to make it easier for getting gear, what you do is when you have a vehicle, bring it all the way up to where that trunk marker, when you come out there, will be right where this stuff is. Right? And then you just take whatever's on the ground, put it right in the trunk. I just didn't do it right when I pulled up because I didn't want to, maybe forget something here and miss it since it was a bigger pile. This still might get, everything. There might be more stuff over here, like where that shotgun is. Yeah. So this is on the ground. Put that in the trunk, and that's it. We might be able to hold something. Let's see. Yep, that's it. So usually it would just show everything is red except for one item. Now that's changed. So we will take this, put it in our pack. I may decide to equip that snow shovel just so I don't break my baseball bat. Okay. Yeah, that's the end of that. Those are done. Now let's go to our main inventory. And this I can fill up and take every single bit of it that I can hold. Yeah, because I have 2 more seats which hold inventory. So I'll climb in here, pick a far seat, and then it holds 26. And also, vehicles will actually, the seats will hold more, so you can carry more things. They made it, the devs, to be able to do that. But only like this. See, now we can, so we can do that. You can't do those, can't do that. We will put these in this seat. And I'm going to take these two things out. But like, for instance, like a refrigerator might be 40 encumbrance points. Well, that'd be bigger than the seat. However, because they know you're going to like put in a vehicle to, or use a vehicle to carry stuff back to your base to build a base, you can fit something larger than 26 in this seat. But it has to be just the one item. You can't do like several items. I mean, you can up to 26, but that's it. You can't do more than that to, you know, like 220 items to make 40. It doesn't work like that. Okay, so we can move this stuff here, this over, and that gives us full inventory. Sometimes your vehicle will die, especially with engine. Yeah. Especially if it's got engine problems, so it's not 100%. It will sometimes just die on you. So don't use your vehicle, any vehicle you want to keep, as a battering ram against zombies. And if you do, hit it in the back. That way you don't do your damage and you can keep driving. You will lose out on putting the loot in there, but that's it. But be careful as far as it could die and you'd be surrounded by zombies and then you try to start it and it won't start. That does happen. Okay. So we are done here. All this. See, it's already stale. Things don't, refrigerators aren't 100%. Freezers are, but refrigerators aren't. Oh yeah, we got clothes. Okay, nothing there. These are still wet. They'll dry out, so let's just turn off. That'll happen sometimes too. You click on something and your character turns to where you're no longer able to access what you were just trying to do. In this case, I still could, but like cooking, sometimes you'll be doing stuff and then all of a sudden you move over and you can't click that to get whatever's in it. Then sometimes your inventory, instead of it putting it right back, you'll still hold it. Okay. So it could be tire pressure, it could be while I'm going kind of slow right there. Or it could be because the vehicle is not that great. Was there something, what was I saying? We need that window, but anything else? Let's see if I can remove that window. Oh. Which window was it? Rear right window? Yeah, uninstall. Got a screwdriver. Oh, we don't have basic mechanics yet. Yeah, so we can't do pretty much anything. I mean, I can go train and it'll at least take out, like, you know, this stuff. Yeah, that's it. Usually it'll do, like, light bulbs, stuff like that, but in this case, it could be because I have that. Yeah, let's just... We'll just drop it on the ground. Now let's try again. Train mechanics. Well, that's it. That's all it's doing. This panel light just because it's there, and it could be because it's my inventory is up and it won't go any more than that unless I deliberately put something in there. It won't just automatically do it. We'll worry about that later. Because I need to get that torch that we found and take care of that, and that'll give us some metal to make things. I don't think we can use metal to barricade yet, because I don't have the welding experience. So it's getting this stuff, and with no mechanics, I can't use it to repair anything. So really, it doesn't do any good. I'll take these off. That off. Yeah, that's it. I don't care about the rest of it. I'll wait till these things through, and I need the when I need more tailoring, either the items or the experience, whatever. Should go down there and kill those, but they'll come right here, and that's as far as they'll probably go to find me. So I will take this. It has drop down doors right there, but they're been destroyed. They're not very good doors. So we'll turn it off. I will get rid of this stuff. Don't need the crowbar now, so we will just drop all of this stuff off right here. Nothing in there. Food, yeah. We need to take that up. Let's go ahead and drop off these two things. I only want to have food on me when I go up. Yeah. And I never got rid of the food. Usually when I carry food, I keep it on me. That way I don't forget it. And it goes stale or whatever. So, we'll go here. And these things, I don't think we don't have any hot dogs, so let's go ahead and put those up. What else? What else? We're gonna cook. Well, no, we could go ahead and put these in the freezer. That's okay. And then it just takes a little longer to thaw out. Okay. Then this other stuff we are going to cook. Everything that says fresh. Orange carton, it doesn't go bad. Orange juice, I should say. Either does Diet Cola. And like I said about the milk, I haven't drink it or anything like that, but it doesn't say it's bad. So usually I don't bother putting it in refrigerator. I guess I will now, just because we got the room and all this other stuff will stay in there. You could eat the apple, but you can also make let's see, I don't remember if a pickle you just eat it or if it's added to something, an accessory to food. But we got plenty of room right there, so we can fill it up. But once we're run out of room, we'll need to start doing other things. But I'll have to get more refrigerators, because we'll end up having all the food we find. Hopefully we find a lot. And then, yeah, I'll take that. And I always put these things under that. But yeah, here I get rid of all this stuff because I don't need this in here. Get rid of all that and all that. Keep one couch. just so I could sleep here if I wanted to, and then watch TV, get rid of everything else, eventually get rid of that hole and, you know, fill it up. I don't, let's just see. Can't see it. See, right there? Yeah, you just walk right over it. You can't click it, so it's just nothing. So I just destroy it, and then sometimes I put a flooring in there if it needs it. I can't remember. And then I leave everything here. I put in a little small refrigerator, so if I ever get stuck in my room here and I respawn, it's in here. And there's zombies out there, I can eat, do whatever I need to heal up, whatever I got to do, and then go out there and kill things. This will be where I put all my tailoring stuff, extra gear, stuff that I don't have for myself, and only more bulletproof vests and stuff. Put that there. Get rid of the clocks. I don't need them. Although, if you look, what is that? 10 till 2? Or, I mean, yeah, in 24. So yeah, 13:50. Yeah, well, 13:50, almost 14. That's the same time. So you can use that. And I usually get rid of these, but because they have water, if you're playing in where it's the standard for within a month, the water will go away. You may want to keep these because, say, it says unlimited, but each one of these has 20 points of water that you can drink out of, without having to go somewhere else. So wait till it's empty and then destroy it. And like I said, that's my armory. I leave those usually there, but if you need welding XP, you can take these apart and then just put in crates. This just looks a little different, a little better, I guess, maybe. You gotta take out that wall, take out these, take out all the sinks, all that stuff. Go here, take out the table, clear out all that. Have anything that I can get skill out of, otherwise I just leave it. And then sometimes wood I take and then I barricade wood on the inside here, and then outside would be like a steel plate, just because you can double barricade something, and a zombie's here is banging on it, he still has to go through the other side too to get through it before he can get to you, so you get some warning. And then that's usually where I keep all my where I'll put like tools and stuff out here maybe. Otherwise, one of these shelves have tools, the other ones will be like materials. Then that's my first aid, where I keep all my doctoring stuff. This is just extra gear that I may not, like firefighter gear. If I've gotten better than that, I put it in here, as well as stuff that's still dirty that I haven't cleaned. This will usually be like cleaning supplies, as well as farming or fishing, and then maybe put a crate in for some more stuff. This will be like melee weapons. Things that I only would use as melee, as a weapon, not as like an axe. Axe, I don't use them as weapons, I use them as for tools. Like that one. And then here would be mechanic stuff. I'll put in a couple of shells when I find them in here, make mechanic stuff. Maybe put an extra freezer down here, so if I'm looting, I just run over here, drop it in the freezer, and go about whatever else I'm doing. So if I need to kill zombies, I can. Without, worrying about the food going bad. And then I don't use any of this stuff up here or over here. I just block all that off. Block that off. Leave that open because I let zombies go in there. I don't care. And then I block this off. Put a rope. What I meant to tell you, like on the second floor, if you open the window, you create a sheet rope with sheets or rags. Then I think it takes one nail, or maybe just a hammer, and it'll make a rope that goes down however long you need it to go down. Usually it's just 2 floors. I don't like it when windows are above other windows, so what happens is if a zombie attacks here, you can attack the rope and destroy it. And then you lose out on being able to get back up. So if that's the only way to get up, like if I got rid of these stairs and that was the only rope I had, it can be destroyed. That's why they recommend every window you have on your second floor, put a rope at. That way if one gets destroyed, you can still find another one, because otherwise you have no way to get back up to your base until you can build stairs. And then you build them, and then you have to get rid of them because zombies can climb the stairs. But when a window is on the second floor and it's like here and the rope's this way, zombies won't sit there and hit it. They just walk right past it. But if it's here, they'll hit that, especially if you barricade. They'll damage it first and then hit the barricade. But yeah, and then like I said, from here you got houses all over there, police station. Let's see. Yeah, we're here. So this is the construction site. These are all the houses, police station. There's city hall. There's a bunch of restaurants and stores and stuff all the way down. All this is houses. School over here. Gas stations way back over here, along with a mechanic shop and a big grocery store. Excuse me. All that's back there. And then there's a bar, a hotel, other little things, and then prison off in the distance. Okay, so it's been an hour. That's enough for this video. Pause it here, and we will continue in the next one. Thank you for stopping by, and we will see you again.